Alright, hey everybody, Stepan Hlinka here and welcome to this live stream. Today I want to share with you 4-step framework to sell high ticket offers over the phone. We are streaming on Facebook, we are streaming on YouTube, so do me a favor before we jump into the training. Say hi in the comments below, let me know where are you watching from, and also let me know if you are watching this live here right now or if you are watching it later on from replay. Simply comment below and just engage with me, okay? I'm planning to do much more live videos like this right now consistently, so I would love to just hang out with you, share some great training with you, and would love you to hang out with me. So also let me know if you can actually hear me and if you can see my screen, okay? If you can see the headline of the presentation, and then we will jump into training, okay? So I will just wait for a second to see some comments coming in. I see, hey Stepan, sup Stepan. So just let me know if you can hear me and if you can see the presentation. So what we will be talking about today, I will literally just share with you a 4-step framework that you can use to sell any high ticket offer, basically anything over the phone, okay? So we will talk about specifically how to sell stuff over the phone, whether it's coaching offers, services, online courses, whatever you are selling. Most of you in my audience are selling either coaching programs, services, or online courses. That's why I'm talking about this specifically. And I will share with you what I'm personally using to sell high ticket stuff ranging from $3,000 to $10,000 or even more, and what my clients use as well, okay? By the way, you can leave a comment, just comment framework below, and I will actually personally send you my 1-page framework to sell anything high ticket over the phone, okay? So it's basically 1-pager with 9 steps that I simply follow on every single call and that I'm using to close these high ticket sales over the phone. So if you want it, simply comment framework below and I will give it to you for free, okay? As a gift that you are actually engaging here and that you are watching. So anyway, first, the framework to sell high ticket offers. Why it's important in the first place. Before we jump into the framework, before we jump into the training, I want to mention quickly that if you are selling anything that is above $2,000, I would say, okay, above $2,000, you probably are selling it over the phone. And if you are not, you would probably get much better results if you actually sell it over the phone, right? So that's why it's super important, because you can get leads, you can attract prospects, but if you can't close them, if you can't convert them and enroll them into your programs, into your services, it's useless, right? So this is super important. Basically, selling is one of the most important skills that you can ever learn. So I'm super excited to share with you. Hope you are excited as well. Again, please engage. You can also ask questions below and I will happily answer any questions during this stream, okay? So let me actually jump into the training. I will share my screen and we'll be drawing for you the framework, okay? So let me just hide this and let's move into this. All right. I'll just move the tab with the comments somewhere. Cool. So 4-step framework, okay? The first step, when you get on the phone, okay, there are a lot of steps. Again, if you want my 1-page framework which contains 9 steps that I follow in order every single time I'm on the phone, again, simply comment framework below. But right now, I will give you like a big picture overview, how it actually works, right? What is important, because many people are giving you scripts, which is great. I mean, like, scripts are great, but I believe that frameworks and understanding the big picture overview, the big picture strategy, right, is much more important than some script, because there are so many people who are just reading through script, they are following blindly some script that someone gave them without actually any context, right, without actually knowing why they are saying these things in the first place, which is useless at the end, right, and you will probably sound like a robot reading through some sentences. So I don't want you to do that, okay? I want you to understand what you should do on every single sales call or in every single sales conversation to actually move prospect into paying customer. Okay, so when you get someone on the phone, there are basically 4 different phases, 4 different steps that you want to accomplish on the call, okay? I don't care what you are selling, you definitely want to cover these 4 steps, okay? So the first one is, I will draw, this is the current situation of your prospects. Another thing I want you to understand, if someone is on the phone with you talking about possibility to get your help, right? They are in pain, right? They have some problem, they have some frustrations, they struggle with something, and they are on the phone with you because you did a good job to actually position yourself as an authority and as someone who can potentially help them, right? So if they are on the phone with you already, they have a problem and they kind of believe that you could possibly help them solve that problem, right? So the first thing that you want to do on the sales call is to ask questions about the problem, right? You want to ask questions about a problem. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to go deep, okay? You don't want to be like super general and just ask, hey, what is your biggest problem? That may be the start, right? What is your biggest problem that you are facing in your business, in your relationship, with your health right now, right? That's where you start. But what you want to do next is you want to go deep, right? And this is super important. Like if you struggle to actually close on the phone, one of the main reasons is that you don't go deep enough. Okay, you don't go deep into the problem, right? Because why you want to go deep is simple. You want to make them feel the pain, right? And this is not like manipulative or something. You simply ask them what they are going through, and they need to realize they have a problem, right? And they probably need help. So you simply want to ask them more and more deeper questions after they state some problem. Because usually if you just ask, hey, what is your biggest struggle right now? Or what is the biggest problem you face right now? What's holding you back right now? They will give you some answer, but it will probably not be really deep, right? So you want to go deeper and ask questions. Okay, how long have you been dealing with this problem so far, right? Or what have you tried to solve it, right? Or what do you feel will happen if you don't solve this problem as soon as possible, right? You want to go deep so they realize, okay, I have a big problem, right? And I don't care what niche it is, like what niche you are in, what you are selling. It doesn't matter. You want to go deep into the problem so they realize they have a problem, and that you care, right? You really want to know. It's not just tactic or something. It's not just a strategy. You truly want to know what is the problem of your prospect, so you can actually figure out if you can help them in the first place, right? So it's not just strategy. It's also important for you, so you truly know what is their problem, and you truly know if you can help them, and what motivates them, right? What are the consequences? What do they fear? What are their frustrations, etc. So again, ask what is their problem, and then go deep with deeper and deeper questions. I mentioned some of them. How long have you been dealing with this? What have you tried to solve it, right? What do you think will happen if you don't solve it as soon as possible? These are just some of the examples that you can use. I don't want to really talk about scripts right now. I want you to understand the big picture strategy, because I believe that's much more important. Make sense? Give me yes if it makes sense so far. Again, comment down below word framework if you actually want me to send you one-page framework of the sales calls that I use all the time and that all my clients basically use. So, ask questions about a problem. That's the first step, okay? I will just put it here. That's the first step. The second step, once they feel the pain, once they realize how big the problem actually is, because sometimes they may know that they have some problem, but they may not realize how big of an issue it actually is, right? So this is important. And the second step is the opposite, right? So this is their current situation, right? This is the pain, frustrations, problems they have right now. And then on the other hand, they have some desired situation, right? These are their wants, their dreams, right? Their aspirations. So what you want to do here is you want to ask questions about their desires, or I would say about their vision, All right. Ask questions about their vision, right? So, oh, I misspelled it here. So you will move from the problem and you will say something like, okay, now that we are clear on what is the exact problem that you are facing right now, let me ask you, what's your goal that you want to accomplish in the next 90 days, for example, right? The questions can be, again, we are not talking about script because you can use a lot of different scripts for this. Okay, what is important is you want to move and ask them questions about their problem. What do they want? Or there's a good question as well. If you look back 12 months from now, what would need to happen for you to consider it as the best year ever for you, best year in your life, right? Or another question can be, what is the main goal you want to accomplish in the next 12 months, right? Or in the next 90 days, in the next 30 days, whatever it is. That's the first question you want to ask. What is their goal, right? And again, it will be different for your niche, right? If you are business coach, if you are helping someone like grow their business through like different strategies, I don't know what it is for you. Your question can be, what is your monthly income goal that you want to accomplish in the next 12 months, right? Where do you want to be when it comes to monthly revenue, right? But when you are in a relationship, like you are a relationship coach or you are fitness coach, the question will be different, right? The goal will not be about money. It will be probably about their relationship, right, with their spouse or with their family, whatever, or about their health, right, about their weight loss. For example, how much you want to lose weight, how much weight you want to lose in the next 90 days, right? That can be for the fitness. So it depends on your niche, but you want to talk about their vision. And again, they will share some goal. It will be usually the surface level goal, and then you want to go deep. Again, you want to go deep as possible, right? So they basically can imagine how it would feel like if they accomplish that goal, right? So you will ask them, okay, so what is your biggest motivation to reach that goal, right? And you will recap, what is the biggest motivation to reach blank, right? You always want to recap what they said. Write it down as well, because this is powerful. If you recap something, they will feel, first of all, they will feel that you care, that you listen to them, and second, they will feel like you will basically make them feel understood, right? You will, and that's the most powerful thing in marketing. When you make your prospect, make your audience, make your market feel understood by you. Okay, they don't need to understand you, but they need to feel that you understand them. So when you recap what they said, right, what they told you, like they immediately feel like you understand them, which is super crucial. So again, you go deep. What is your biggest motivation? Imagine you actually accomplish that. How it looks like. How your day-to-day life looks like. What would happen to your family? What would happen to your business? What would happen to your relationship? Like let me know the feelings, right? So you want to go again. You want to go deep and discover the true motivation, because they want something. But if you ask why you want it, they will tell you, okay, why you want that, right? You want to go deep. Simply questions why. Well, if you ask why several times, they will really tell you the main reason why, and that's the main motivator for them. Okay, someone can tell you, okay, my goal is to make $50,000 a month, but if you ask why, they will go deeper, and you will find that the motivation behind that is not really money. It's something totally different, right? Something deeper, something even more powerful than just money. So again, this is I hope it makes sense. This is the second step, right? And once we do this, guys, once you do this on the call, what will happen here is there will be a gap, right? There's a gap between their current situation and between their desired situation. And if you did a great job here in these two steps, and you really stretch it, because what you are doing on the call, basically, when you are talking with someone, you have their current situation and you have their desired situation, right? And you are first talking about their current situation. You want to stretch it to the left, right? You want to really stretch it to the left. You go deep and deep and deep, so they really feel the pain. And then on the other hand, you talk about their vision, their dreams, their wants, again, and you go deep and you stretch it even more. So the gap here between their current situation and their desired situation is big, right? If you did it right. If you did it wrong and you didn't really go deep, you didn't ask the following questions to really dig deep, the gap will be short between their current situation and their desired situation. And what will happen in that scenario, they will not really feel the urgency and the need of getting help, of solving that problem, of getting to that goal, right? They will not feel like they actually need you, right? So these first two steps are absolutely crucial to make it work, okay? To actually be able to sell your offers on the call. Does it make sense? Let me know in the comments if it makes sense. If you have any questions, again, definitely let me know in the comments. I think comments should show up here so I could see them. Hopefully. Anyway, I think so. Anyway, if you are here and if everything makes sense, please just comment yes, yes below, and comment framework if you want me to send you and give away free one-page framework where I actually just give you my steps that I follow on every single call. It's 9 steps that I follow simply on every call I do. Okay. So these are 2 steps. Now, third step, what do we do now, right? Right now we cover the problem, we cover the vision, so they know exactly what is their current situation, they know exactly what do they want, they feel like there's a big gap between that. But what do you want to do? Before we move into the offer, what do you want to do here is, and this is the step 3, step 3 is to stretch the gap. Stretch the gap. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that is simple. Right now, there is a gap, and you, before you move into the offer, you want to really stretch it, right? Right now is a gap between their current situation, their desired situation, and you want to stretch it even more, right? You want to make that gap bigger, like as big as possible, because bigger that gap is, they will feel more and more urgency to get help. They will feel like they have a real problem and they need to get your help. Right? So how you do that? So basically how I'm doing that on the call, and again, if you want that one-page framework, comment down below framework, I will send it to you. I describe it a little bit more about, in detail in this framework. What I do after we cover the vision, I tell them, okay, so let me quickly recap if I have it right? And I recap in their own words what they just told me. Remember, that's how they will actually feel understood, right? So I tell them, all right, so you've told me that right now you struggle with blank, and if you don't solve this, blank will happen, right? Do I have it right? And I ask them, do I have it right? And they say usually something like, yeah, you got this. And then I tell them, okay, and your goal is to blank, right? So that you can, and then I describe their deeper reasons, right? Their motivators. And again, I ask for confirmation, right? I ask, did I miss something? Or is that about right? And they usually tell, yeah, you got this 100%, or they will tell you that you missed something, whatever. After I recapped and make them feel like I actually listened, I care, and that I understand them, then I ask some specific questions that will stretch the gap, that will make them feel that they need help, right? Which is true, because if they struggled for a while and they are on the phone with you, they need help. And if you feel that you can truly help them, you will do them disservice if you just don't enroll them in your program, right? Because by now, after these 2 steps, you should 100% know if either you can help them or you can't. If you can't, just politely tell them, hey, based on what you've told me, I feel that honestly I'm not the best person to help you right now, but I think this person is, right? I can connect you. Or I can send you some free trainings on blank, right? Just tell them, don't enroll, don't close anyone that you are not 100% sure you can help them. Okay, first of all, it's not ethical, right? And second, you will absolutely ruin your reputation, okay, if you do that. Your reputation is the most important thing. That's why if I'm on the call and I feel after these 2 steps that someone is not a good fit, I can't help them, or I feel they will be pain in the ass, they will not be a perfect client for me, I just politely reject them, right? And I do it quite often right now. In the beginning, I was scared to do that because obviously you want to get cash flow, but trust me, I did this mistake in the beginning when I started working with clients who are not 100% perfect clients for me, right? And it was paid. It's not worth the money. So right now on the call, I need to be 100% sure that I can actually help them. Otherwise, I will reject them. So if you can help them, then you want to stretch the gap, and you will simply do it by asking questions like, okay, so why haven't you achieved this goal yet, right? So they will explain to you, or they will need to think about, okay, I'm trying for months or I'm trying for years. Why I didn't actually achieve that goal yet, right? And they will try to explain it. They will try to find the reason, right? And usually they will tell you something. Okay, I miss this. I need this. I don't have this, right? So we'll talk about, okay, I don't really know how to do it. I don't know how to get there, whatever. And then you can ask question like, why do you feel you can't achieve that goal on your own, right? Again, and they will explain that they just like don't have enough resources or whatever. Like everyone will tell you something different, but basically why you are asking these questions, again, I want you to understand the big picture strategy, is to make them realize that if they've been struggling for a while with this problem, right, and they can't really overcome that problem, they can't get to their goal, they probably need help and they can't achieve it on their own. Does it make sense? So that's why we are asking this question. Basically, we are stretching the gap. And another great question here is, I usually say something like, I hate to ask this, but I will. What do you think will happen if you don't solve this problem and if you will not achieve the goal? I know you really care about this goal. I know you want to achieve blank, but I know it's tough question. But what will happen if you actually don't achieve that? What will happen if you don't solve the problem, right? And then they usually realize the consequences. What will actually happen? What are the consequences if they don't get help? If they don't solve the problem, right? That's the stretching the gap. That's the third step. Give me yes if it makes sense. Because if not, I want to explain a little bit differently. Again, you can ask question. I see some comments here. Taking notes. I already studied this from you in other trainings, but it's always useful to go deeper. Thanks, Stepan. I have some. One-page framework. Yeah, I will send you the framework after the live stream, okay? Again, if someone wants the one-page framework with 9 steps that I follow on every single call, comment framework below, and I will send it to you. And again, if you have any questions, if anything is confusing, definitely let me know as well. I'm more than happy to answer any questions on this stream, okay? Makes sense, I have some. So that's what you do in third step. And right now, once you do that, you move into the offer. And how it looks like, I will try to draw it for you. It's difficult with touchpad, but I will try. You see I have some drawing skills. Awesome. So this is the bridge, by the way, okay? So the step number 4 is to position your offer as a bridge. What do I mean by that? They are on this side, right? They want to go there. There's a big gap between there, right? You stretch the gap. You did a great job in these first 3 steps to actually make that gap really, really big. Right now, in the step 4, you want to position your offer, whatever you are selling on the call, as the bridge that will take them from their current situation to their desired situation, right? They will basically, your offer will basically be the vehicle that will allow them to bridge that gap. Give me 1 to the comments if it makes sense. So your offer will be always the bridge here, okay? You was building, in the first 3 steps, you was building the gap, right? You was making them realize there's a huge gap. And right now you offer them a bridge. That's how it works. That's how it is 4-step framework works. So what do you do here after these first steps? Basically the transition usually is something like, I want to, before I move into the pitch, right? I want to ask them for permission, right? Because if they tell me, hey, I'm not interested, I don't want you to pitch me, I'm totally okay with it. And usually that doesn't happen, okay? So after this, I usually tell them something like, hey, based on what you've told me today, I'm 100% confident we can help you because we've helped this client, this client, this client. Would you like me to tell you about what do I do and how can I help? Right? You ask for permission. And once you ask this question, I can guarantee you here, like usually 100% of prospects will say, yeah, go ahead, just tell me, right? It actually never happened that someone would say no. So every time you ask for permission to actually present your offer, they will say yes, right? At this point, they are curious. They realize they have a problem. They are curious how we can help them. So then you are moving into the pitch. So then when it comes to the offer, I want to talk about here really quick how to actually present your offer, because I feel many people do a big mistake here. What do? They just start talking, okay? They talk and talk, they present all the features, everything about their offer. Like they just basically overwhelm their prospect and they create so many objections, right? That they are not able to close. I don't want you to do that. First of all, I want you to talk for a little bit and then always ask a question, right? You can just ask a question like, does it make sense so far, right? And I always ask like, does it make sense, right? And it's just like, I want them to interact and be sure that they actually understand what I've shared. So what do you want to do here? You want to tell them, what do you do, right? I help blank do blank in blank, right? And you tell them the way I can help you is, and you will describe your offer. And what is important here is you don't want to go into like super nitty-gritty details. You want to keep it big picture. Just give them big picture overview of your offer, what you will do for them. I usually, for my offer, I try to like keep it simple, 3 big steps. So I'm usually telling them something like, based on what you've told me so far on this call, if we work together, what we would focus on is, first, I would help you with blank. Second, I would help you blank. And third, I would help you blank. And then I tell them, and when this all comes together, you will be able to achieve your goal, right? And I again repeat their words when it comes to how they presented their goal in the first place, right? So I give them big 3 steps, big picture overview. I'm not talking about the delivery. I'm not talking about if it's coaching program, I'm not talking how much support is there, how many calls is there, is there members area. No, I start with just big picture overview, and then I ask them, does it make sense? And they will usually say, they will either say, yeah, it makes 100% sense, or they will start asking questions, right? And I simply, at this point, I don't want to go into any details unless they want me to. Okay, I don't want to create any objections that they are if they are not there right now, right? So I will ask them, okay, do you have any questions about this, right? If they told me, yeah, it makes sense, I ask them, okay, do you have any questions about this? And they usually ask, for example, okay, how do you deliver it? So again, I give them big picture overview about the features, how it's delivered, right? So if it's coaching program, I tell them, hey, you will get instant access to the members area with this training. Then there are weekly group coaching calls, there are bi-weekly one-on-one calls, there is a support ticket, and I just give them big picture overview, and then again ask, does it make sense? Right? Are you with me? And then they told me again, yeah, it makes sense. And then again, I don't go into details. I want them to feel that they are in control, and I only want to address the questions they actually ask for, right? The specific things they ask for. So I again ask them, do you have any questions about this? Do you have any questions about the delivery, right? And then usually they ask some questions, and you will simply only respond to the question. You don't need to talk about for 5 minutes about your awesome program. You can just respond to the questions that they are interested in, right? What they are actually, because someone values support. So they will ask, okay, how much support is there? Can you tell me more about the weekly calls, how it works? So I go deeper into the weekly calls, how it works, that we actually send invites, we get on the weekly group coaching calls, I go deeper there, right? Or someone is interested in the training, so they will ask about the training members area. So I only cover in details that, right? Everyone values different thing, so they will ask about specifics about different things, right? So I'm not covering in detail every single feature. I'm simply responding only to the feature that they are interested in, they ask for. Again, give me as if it makes sense. Because sometimes what people do, they just like throw all the features, they talk about everything in detail, and they create more objections that the prospect wouldn't even have if you didn't bring it up, right? So you don't want to do that. You simply want to answer all the questions, and then you simply wait for them to ask for a price, right? Because one of the final questions will be the price. Okay, they will ask for it. Once they know everything, once they have a clarity about how it works, what it will do for them, then usually they ask for a price. And then only then you want to present the price. Because some people rush to the price and they simply share the price. You don't want to do that. You want them to ask you to reveal the price, right? So you still basically do, okay, do you have any questions about it? And they are asking you the questions. You go into the details in the parts they are interested in. And then once they have no questions, and if they don't ask for a price, which can happen, you are simply silent. You are, okay, any other questions? And if they tell you, no other questions, you still don't want to reveal the price. What you want to do instead is you can ask them this simple question. Okay, where do you want to go from there? Write it down, okay? If they don't ask for a price, because some people ask for a price naturally, some people simply ask all about the program, then they tell you, okay, I'm good, I understand the program, it's great, and then they don't ask for a price. You simply want to ask them, where do you want to go from there? And usually then, like 99% of people ask for a price, right? Or ask how they can get started, how much it costs, whatever. And only then you want to go to the price. Give me one if it makes sense. So guys, I hope it's valuable for you so far. We are covering a lot of stuff, but again, I want to mainly cover the big picture strategy, because if you understand this, if you understand these 4 steps, like, it doesn't matter what script you have. You can literally just start, because you know, okay, first I need to go deep into the problem. And you can simply have a conversation like real human being with another real human being, and not be like having a script and reading word for word like a robot. Okay, it's horrible. And some people are doing it. I don't like to do it like this way. I prefer the framework, and just like going in a flow with the framework and simply ask the question related to the steps that I follow in that framework, right? So if I know that I should start with the problem, I will simply normally talk with them, like with my friend, about their problems, right? Then the vision, then stretching the gap, and for positioning my offer as a bridge. Another big thing when it comes to positioning your offer as a bridge that I didn't mention is, and this is the beauty of one-on-one selling. If you are selling on the phone, there's a big advantage if you compare it to selling one-to-many with sales pages or webinars, okay, which are great, but there's a big advantage with one-on-one, because you can literally use the words that they've been using on the call. So when you discovered their problem, right, when you discovered their vision, they literally told you what they want, they told you what they struggle with. You can then use it. When you are positioning your offer as a bridge, you 100% should use their own words when describing it. So for example, if they tell me that they are life coaches, I can tell them, hey, I focus on helping life coaches like you overcome this problem that they shared with me. Again, I will recap the problem and reach this goal, right? So I don't need to be general, like I help all the coaches get more clients, right? I can be specific to their situation. I can be like, I help life coaches like you get more leads so they can achieve this goal, right? If they struggle with the lead generation, for example. Does it make sense? So that's the beauty of the one-on-one selling, where you can literally customize the page every single time for each and different prospect. So they will feel like it's for them, right? They will feel like the offer is like, it's just like, it's the perfect offer for them, right? So that's about it, guys. Right now I want to move to some questions. If you have any questions, right now is the time, okay? I see we have some people live here, So guys, if you have any questions at this moment, before we wrap it up, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Okay, let's see the comments. And again, guys, if you want the one-page framework, I can send it to you. Simply comment framework below, and I will reach out to you personally and send it to you for free. Okay, it's one page where there are 9 steps that I follow every single time I'm doing sales call. So you can use it for your business. So comment framework and I will send it to you. And right now, again, ask any questions that you want. I see the question. What if when you give a very general overview, 3 steps, then they don't ask for more details? They just agree to have understood, but they don't ask for more details. How do you move the conversation forward? It can happen. Usually it doesn't happen, but some people, it's enough for them. And it's fine. I mean, like, you don't need to make that conversation and make that call longer. If they know everything they need to move forward. Does it make sense? So if it's enough for them, they feel, they trust you, and they feel like you can 100% help them. Like, you don't need to go deeper, right? Because for some people it's enough. They already build a trust with you. They feel they need the help. You share the 3 steps, and they're like, okay, I'm in. I'm 100% in. How can I move forward? Then, why would you go into the details if they want to move forward? If they are in already. Does it make sense? So when it happens, they don't ask any questions. You can just move forward. So I usually ask them the same sentence, like if they don't ask for a price. I ask them, okay, where do you want to go from there? Right? So if I share the 3 steps, and if they wouldn't ask any questions about the delivery or something, I would ask them, okay, I have some, where do you want to go from there? Right? And they would tell me. They would either ask more questions, or they would tell me, hey, I'm ready to get started. How can I start? Or what's the investment? Right? So hope it makes sense. Also, if you are watching from replay, doesn't matter if you are on Facebook or if you are on YouTube, you can feel free to also ask questions in the comments, and I will get back to you later on. Okay, either on Facebook or YouTube. I will just respond to your questions later on. Not live here because obviously you are watching from replay, but I will get back to you so you can ask questions as well. Could you please talk a bit more about how to handle objections about the price? Sure. What will happen usually at the end of the call, and in most cases there will be some objections, right? In some cases they will be, okay, I'm all in, I want to move forward. In some cases, and actually in most cases, that will be at the ideal world, right? But in most cases they will have some objections, and definitely price objection is a big one, right? So what do you want to do if you have any objection, okay, any objection, whether it's price, whether it's time, whatever objection, whether it's I need to think about it, first step is to agree, okay? First step is to agree. So you always want to agree. Whenever someone brings any objection, you always want to agree. Because I recently, it's not that long ago, someone posted their sales call in my Facebook group, and it was just a horrible way to handle objections, because he had an objection that he need to think about it or about something like that, and the guy who was selling, he was just like getting angry, and he tried to fight and argue with the prospect. Okay, write it down. Never ever argue with the prospect. Okay, you always want to agree. Always. Like, if you argue with the prospect, how can you expect you will close the deal? It will not happen. Okay, so whatever objection you get, you immediately agree. Hey, I completely understand that you may feel that the price is high. So that's the first step, right? You agree with them. So they feel like, okay, he's not arguing with me, he understands me. Make sense? The second step is you want to isolate the objection. Because sometimes they tell you some objection, but the truth is that the real reason, the real objection is hidden, right? They just like give you some objection to cover up the main reason why they are on the fence. So the second step is important to isolate. So you can tell if it's price objection, you will say something like, besides the price, is there anything else that is holding you back from moving forward? Right? And they either tell you, no, it's just the price, or no, it's just this, whatever that objection is, right? Or they will tell you, yeah, well, another thing is, and they will share another objections, right? So if they share another objection, you want, if they share another objection, you know you need to handle that objection, okay? But if they say yes, it's only this, you just isolated that objection, and you know you should handle only that thing that they just told you. Does it make sense? The third step after that, you want to flip the objection. And how that works is that's where you're actually overcoming it. So this really, there is no script for that. It depends on the objection, it depends on the situation, but you want to basically flip it. You want to overcome it in some way with logic, with emotion. You can bring something that they told you in a call. That's what I like to do in most cases. Where if they told me that they struggled for more than a year, they can't figure it out. If it did not happen, they will be out of business. They will need to go back to 9 to 5. I simply remind them and tell them, listen, I believe. How would I tell you about this? I basically remind them about what they've shared with me before. Hey, today you've shared with me this and this and this. From my perspective, you can't afford to not get this program, right? Or to not get help, either from me or from someone else. But you can't continue to struggle if you've struggled more than a year. Would you agree? Right? And I ask him to agree. Right? So there's just one way, okay? There's so many ways when it comes to this. The first two steps are always the same. You agree with your prospect, you isolate the objection. That's the second step. The third one, flip the objection, is always different. Okay? You can use logic. You can use what they've talked about. Right? You can use, for example, another thing I like to use is story or case study about one of my clients. Right? So I can tell them, hey, I understand. I understand the price can be an issue. Is this the only one thing that is holding you back right now, or something else? They tell me, yeah, it's just the price. I can tell them, hey, I had a client called blank. She was on the fence on the call as well, and I just tell story of my client that relate to their objection, and I talk about a story how they get off the fence, what they did, and what the results they got, right? Don't make it up, obviously. It needs to be a true story. So only use it if you actually have some case studies like this or stories like this. It's just another thing that you can do in this third step, right? So you can use the story that's relatable to them from one of your clients. Make sense? So that's one way. Again, these are two of my favorite ways. Story of my clients, and the second one, actually remind them of what they've told me on the call, of the problem they have, horrible consequences that may happen if they don't solve it, right? And when it comes to price, I can also then offer them a payment plan, right? That's another thing that I can do for them. So I can offer payment plan, because some people really don't have a cash to invest, let's say $5,000-$10,000 upfront. You can offer them a payment plan. So they start, let's say, at $2,000 and they pay $2,000 for next 3 months, right? So that's the flipping the objection. And then the last step, the fourth step, is to ask for decision, right? Ask for decision. Here in this step, again, I remind them again what they've told me with their own words. Hey, listen, on the call you've told me that you are in this horrible situation. You want to go out. You want to achieve this goal. Are you ready to do it right now or not? Right? I simply ask them for decision. Is it yes or no? Right? So this is how you can handle the objection in 4 steps. Again, the third step is a little bit. It just depends on so many things. But the 3 steps, the first one, the second one, and the fourth one, are usually similar. That's what I do. Any other questions? Also, let me know if you got value from this live video, and if you would like me to do more live trainings like this, because I finally moved to new apartment, and I will have right now. Basically, I want to structure more. I want to create more content for you, basically, right? I want to create more consistent content on YouTube, on Facebook for you. I want to do more live streams, but obviously only if it makes sense for you. Only if you will be there with me, if you will be engaging, if you will be getting real value from this, not just some fluff or something. So I wanna prepare really good content. So you can let me know if you got value from this training, and also if you have any topic, anything you struggle with right now that you feel like you need help with, please let me know in the comments. It would mean a lot, because then I can simply create a training specifically on the topic or on the problem that you struggle with right now, right? And I can really make it relatable to you, and I can truly help you out, right? Because the reason you are watching me right now is you are probably following me, right? Either on YouTube or on Facebook. So that's awesome. And I truly appreciate it for that, and I want to help you in exchange, right? You are following me, you are here with me on the journey, and I want to help you out. So if you have any specific questions, any specific problems, any topics you want me to cover, if I feel I can help, because I'm not expert at everything, right? So if I can't help, I will tell you straight away, and I will refer you to someone else. But if I can help, I will gladly create a training for you about it. Yes, would appreciate more live streams. We have some if there is a set schedule, so we can plan and attend for sure to the live broadcast. That's actually a great point and great idea, and I will probably implement it, because right now I will create schedule for my content, for content creation, for publishing the content. There will be a blog post, there will be YouTube videos, there will be content on Facebook, plus there will be live streams, right? So when it comes to live streams, it's actually a really great point, and I will most likely set a like date and time, not date, but a time that I will be going live. So I will actually release it in my Facebook group soon. Also, if you are watching here live, please, if you really got value from this, first of all, thank you for being here. Please just hit the like button, okay? Because if you create more engagement here, more people will be able to see it on Facebook and YouTube, because these social media platforms just loves engagement, right? So if we create engagement, they will show it to more people. So I would really appreciate if you can hit the like button and share a comment below. I will wait for 1 more minute if there's more questions. If not, we will wrap it up, and I will see you in the next live stream. Okay, so do you have any more questions right now? Stepan, what is your biggest struggle, obstacle at the moment? That's a great question, by the way. I feel like my biggest struggle or obstacle is mainly a focus. And what do I mean by that is focusing on one thing. Because I feel like I have so many ideas, so many projects in my head, so many things I want to do, that I'm just like spreading my focus too wide, and I'm just jumping from one thing to another. So that's definitely my biggest issue that I personally feel right now, and it just holds me back. Okay, it holds me back from scaling. I believe that it's mainly due to that. I still feel that I'm not like 100% sure what exactly is like my long-term game, right? I'm doing well. I'm not like really like struggling, but I feel like I struggle with this thing, with focus on one thing that I really want to build long term. if that makes sense. I would really love to have something that I'm building long term, something that has a vision. Right now, honestly, and right now I'm just like being real with you. I'm 100% open with you. I know my big strengths are marketing, advertising, and these things, and I love to do that. But I'm just like, I know that I can help so many people in so many different areas with so many different things, and because of that I have so many ideas of the products, of the services, of the coachings, of the content that I can create, that sometimes I'm super overwhelmed, right? And I do it myself, right? I do it to myself basically, because yeah. So that's definitely what I feel is my biggest issue. As a follower, I can see you got several talents and expertise in different areas. I can see how focus could be a problem. Do you have a team? Have you thought about putting a small team together? Yeah, I had a small team when I was running really done for you services, because it was difficult to just handle it myself. So I had a small team. Then I basically moved it more into the coaching. So then I stopped having a team. I was basically a one-man show. Right now, basically, I don't have like some full-time employees. I have just an assistant, and I have like some VAs that helps me with some like smaller tasks. But yeah, definitely building a team. It comes one thing with another, right? Building a team for something. Right now, basically, what I feel right now, I have VAs that helps me with the content creation, all these things, all these little tasks. But building a real team will help me with something bigger. That that basically ties back into the first thing that I've shared like a minute ago with my struggle with focus, right? And and the overwhelm, right? And like focusing on many different areas, going into many different roles, having so many ideas and all this. So right now, basically, I have just a few VAs that helps me with different things. I don't have like a big team or something. Thank you for sharing your biggest obstacle. I can relate. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like it's real thing, right? Like I can tell you honestly, like every guru, every authority that you are following, okay, they all have problems. They all struggle with something. They all struggle from time to time. Okay, like everybody on social media, especially obviously, they want to they want to look like everything is perfect, right? And and I'm guilty of it as well, right? Sometimes we do that as well, because we are not used to share our struggles. We are not uh, used to share what what's holding us back, what's bad, what's wrong, what's ugly, right? We are glad to share the great things, right? The successes, and we are not really used to, and we are not comfortable to share what's not working. And I want to change it as well. I want to be more transparent about what's working, what's not working, what I'm struggling with at the time. So you can more relate to me. We can be more open about anything. And I just want to tell you that if you see someone who just looks perfect and everything for them looks perfect, it's not like that. Okay, they have problems. They struggle. So yeah. And by a team, I mean people who share your vision and passion and help you to build your brand and base. Honestly, not. Okay, honestly, not. These are just VAs who helps me with specific tasks. And the reason is also, again, I don't feel like I have a clear vision, like clear vision what is my long term play, right? Where I'm going, and that's the biggest problem. Like I share with you. So it's difficult to build a team uh, that will basically share the same vision if I'm not sure of my own vision. And that's something I really need to work on. And I'm aware of it. And these are really great questions, so I appreciate it. But yeah, this is just the hardcore too. True. I'm making good money. I'm not talking about I'm super ambitious, so I want to make I want to build something bigger, right? I want to build more sustainable, more scalable business, and something more long term. Okay, I'm not here to play for 1 year, 2 years. I'm not interested in it. Okay, I was doing $100,000 a month with dropshipping store, and it just like it wasn't fulfilling me at all. Okay, I was bored. first of all, we lost a lot of money because of PayPal, but it's just like it didn't fulfill me. We are making $6,000 a day, and I was like, okay, that's cool, but I'm selling shit products from AliExpress. You know what I mean? So I didn't really enjoy that. So for me, it's not just like about making quick buck. It's more about like having something more sustainable, more long term, something that I can be proud of, that I can share with my friends and family. For example, from the outside, when I see what you do as a coach and multi-passionate man, marketing, text, content coach, I get super inspired by your work and also see very good benefits from it. I appreciate it, man. Or woman. Honestly, I don't know who it is right now, because right now I'm using software called Ecom Live, and basically every comment is unknown. Okay, so I need to check later on Facebook who it actually is. But thank you. I truly appreciate it, and thank you for transparency. Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's much better to be transparent than to hide something, right? So anyway, thank you everybody for being here. I will need to go. It's 1 hour. We were 1 hour together, which is pretty cool. I thought it'd be like 40 minutes, but I love to spend time with you, and you can definitely look forward for more content right now in my Facebook group, on my YouTube channel. I'm redesigning my website, so there will be a website coming out soon, and there will be a lot of blog posts as well, a lot of content for free that I can help you with. Obviously, if you want to move forward, if you want to work with me personally, if you need help, and if you feel like I can help you with something specific, we can just talk. Okay, just reach out to me. We are connected, so just reach out. We can just talk to see if we may be potentially a good fit or not. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for being here. Truly appreciate you. I will see you on the next live video. Bye.